One of the most important things about moving through grief work is really just allowing things to come and go. So I think that it's quite easy for us to have expectations that we feel bad and sad and upset, and many of these feelings will be valid. We'll have many emotions moving through us. But what about when we feel good? Or what about when we want to feel good about our grieving process? And I suppose it's certainly easier for me being a medium because I do reach for my loved ones and we do have conversations. But what about if that's new to you? How do you go about it? How do you find it? And when someone has been gone for a while, it's much easier to find them and connect because you will be further removed from your emotional memory of them. But when they haven't been gone for long, you really want to be able to find beautiful, loving, warm moments in your grieving so that it feels more sacred, it feels more honoring and beautiful. So if you want to take some time to reach for your loved ones as if you were having them back, as if you were enjoying their freedom from body and pain for sure, but still having them with you and having them around you. One of the most beautiful exercises is to simply imagine that you are seated somewhere serene, a lakeside, a park, under a tree, and there's a park bench, so there's enough room for two. And imagine that they have sat down beside you. Now here you have them in spirit, so they do not have the same programs, fear responses, personality, maybe controls that you were used to, so they will be much gentler, much more at ease. To have them sit down beside you in spirit. And then you want to feel into this conversation. The idea that they're going to speak to us can be daunting and scary or a high expectation. But what you want to do is just sit with them, be with them, feel them beside you. And when I feel conversations, it's kind of, how does it feel to remember them is often an easy way to find them. But when they're sitting with you, how does it feel in your body? What's coming to you? Are you getting warmth or a change in temperature? Are you feeling love and emotions coming through you? Are memories popping up that are just guiding you through some places or spaces or aspects of them that they want to share with you or bring to your mind? How are they communicating with you? And when we don't have an expectation of the head, hearing, seeing, knowing, and we move into expectation of the communication being heart-centered, feelings, memories perhaps. I know that sounds like mine, but usually our memories are more about feeling and experience. Or how are they showing us love? Are they showing us that feeling wraps around us and warmth and lights brightening? So being able to sit beside the soul of your loved one when they have recently passed is such a beautiful way to feel loved, to share love, or to move through some problems. If you were not close or you did not resolve things, or there was neglect and you had resentment, or they had resentment, or even unrealistic expectations, then it's really nice to be able to sit beside them and just talk your way through this. Be able to say, I felt, this was valid for me. Or, I'm sorry I couldn't. This was the best that I could do. And let that be truth in your conversation, but let it be something that you do say, that you do acknowledge, so that it's not stopping you from connecting, releasing, receiving. So even though our family may have just passed, we are allowed to still see them, to have them, to engage in them. But one of the most beautiful sacred peace about passing over is that you do get to be with them without all of that emotional baggage or physical disabilities and fear and pain that can come with it, and actually just be together and receive however they need to share with you love, support. Usually you'll feel their relief at being in this new form, and over time you'll start to feel their joy and excitement about your story and what they are able to support there.